For most of us, spring means the beginning of baseball. But in Fred Hunter's Alabama, the season never ends because baseball is only part of a simply Southern story about a special place called baseball country.
I grew up in Tampa playing all sports until I was about 12, 13, and then baseball just became my life. I really felt like it was why I was created. Senior year in high school, I was drafted in the first round by Texas, traded to the Yankees, finally got called up to the big leagues 2004.
Unfortunately, Sam's major league dreams were short-lived.
I debuted a couple days later, Sunday afternoon, threw good enough to not give up any runs, no walks, and I went home for the All-Star break the next day and never made it back. Just made a bad decision. I ended up blowing out my knee on a wakeboard, and of course I knew right then that my season was over, and kind of felt like career would probably be over too.
Sam's pro career was ending, but new opportunities were just ahead.
I ended up going back to AAA that next season, struggling, and then found myself in the Dominican Republic, November of '05, and that's where God radically changed my life.
Which brings us to baseball country.
I met Kenny in the Dominican, Kenny Burns, who started baseball country in '95. So fast forward about 7 years later, they called and asked if we would pray about moving here and kind of running the ministry.
We got a very random call from somebody, and he said that someone had donated $100,000 to Sam. It was unrestricted, and we just knew that was the Lord telling us, here's your way to do it. And so we moved up here in 2016, and we've been running baseball country since.
There's a lot more than baseball in baseball country.
We have a hunting ministry, outdoor ministry. We hunt and fish. We have guides, men that come in and pour into the kids. I mean, not just by hunting with them, but they'll spend time just hanging out with them.
Family means a lot here in baseball country.
You can read all throughout Scripture about how the Lord works through suffering. And my father-in-law, Danny, Poppy is what my girls called him, he didn't know the Lord before he got sick, and he came to know the Lord in the ICU and shared his desire to serve here at baseball country.
Today, Poppy's cabin is one of the latest additions to baseball country, but there are still some constants on this field of dreams. Just look beyond the outfield fence.
It's a green field in the wintertime and corn in the summer. We just try to steward what God sends us the best that we can.
The great Grantland Rice once said, when the great scorer comes to mark against your name, he writes not if you won or lost, but how you played the game. And that's what Kristen and Sam are trying to teach you, how to play the game of life. Baseball is just a simply Southern way to do it, and this is Fred Hunter's Alabama.
Don't go away. When Simply Southern continues, we'll have a brand new rural roundup of all the latest agricultural news.
When it comes to getting you back to feeling right at home, Alpha is there by your side when you need us most. Handling your claims quickly. Because now is better than soon, and paid is better than pending. We make sure everything is taken care of, so you can get back to what matters most.
I'm Heath Clary from Greensboro, Alabama. I'm proud to be the Alabama Catfish Farmer of the Year. I've been raising catfish for 9 years, and I've been eating it longer than that. From fish fries to taco night, I've tried just about every recipe, and they're all great. Because no matter how you cook it, U.S. farm-raised catfish is always going to be fresh, clean, and mild. I make sure of that. Find the recipes and restaurants at uscatfish.com.
Every day, across our state and across our nation, farmers wake up before the sun and work tirelessly to grow the food we need. From the sweat on their brows to their quiet prayers for rain, their hard work and dedication feed billions. They don't just grow our food, They grow our future. So the next time you sit down for a meal, remember, thank a farmer.
Soybean is a very versatile product. We make crayons out of it.
A lot of the combines you see rolling through the fields have a lot of plastic side panels that are made from a soy product.
The soybeans that we grow on our farm mostly goes into chicken feed.
Soybean production in Alabama employs over 10,000 people.
We grow some of the best soybeans in the world.
We go the extra mile to make sure when our name is stamped on it, we know it's the best product we can produce.
Hey y'all, I'm Kim Earwood with Alabama Ag in the Classroom. We hope you're in the mood for a new Miss Kim's Book Corner. Today, we're learning all about dairy in the book, The Milk Makers. Dairy cows grazing in a field. These are the milk makers. Even though there are different breeds, every dairy cow must be milked twice a day. Nowadays, milking is mostly done by machines. After the milk leaves the farm, it still must be pasteurized, homogenized, and bottled before it shows up in the grocery store. To find more accurate ag books like this one, be sure to visit agfoundation.org/books. Miss Kim's Book Corner is brought to you by Alabama Ag in the Classroom. See you next time.